Okay, I've sat down here. It's the end of Friday now. We've already had I've had 2 full days. Mark Hancock here, you're the man.
No, I don't know about that.
John tells me you're the man, so
Thank you.
we'll go with that. Now, I've been here for 2 days. I'm busted. I've been out doing mark and track, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And everyone's been doing stuff. I just seen chaos everywhere. It's just people running everywhere, doing stuff. The club here has been absolutely awesome at getting on top of the questions that you've been throwing at them and getting things organised with requests and all that sort of stuff. As the main man, how's it been for you?
Yeah, look, coming to Coolum's always good. But as far as this year's gone, like, you know, the guys here have done, especially their track prep has gone next level. I'm quite excited to see how this is going to race. I think a lot of the changes they've made are going to be fantastic. They're going to put on a great show, and we're really looking forward to it. You know, like, we've got a good crew on board as far as our officials go, and they know what they're doing, and really looking forward to going racing. Tomorrow we've got the vets and one round of the women. So the vets will be decided tomorrow, and we'll have a champion, or 2 champions crowned tomorrow. I love crowning champions. I think it's one of the great things in our sport, and these guys are truly heroes. So to get out there, and even the old guys, they're turning up and they're racing their bikes and they're having a good time, and they put on a damn good show. And you know, the more people that participate in this championship, I think it's a great thing for the sport.
Yeah, and you were talking earlier. This was just in our little group, the entries for this weekend.
Yeah, so look, Coolum has always been, you know, everyone wants to come to Coolum for the final round. It's a double header. The weather's usually good. There's plenty of people around. You know, you get to catch a tan when you come from the Victorian states like us. So that's really great. But you know, it's probably not just this. The entire series, like, the entries have held up awesome. QMP, we had loaded gates everywhere. We've got the same again this weekend. The whole, you know, it's been really well supported, and championship's going good.
Yeah, the whole series has just been absolutely amazing. Some brilliant racing through the whole thing. Big battles.
Absolutely, all through the fields. Not just, you know, we noticed as officials, one of the classics, and I said it to the boys, even at Coffs Harbour. Like, so we run blue flags a lot, just to help those riders coming through. So, you know, we're commenting how there's a pack of riders that were in the race group, you know, packs of 3, 4s and 5s, and they're coming up, and we're saying, right, they're coming up on this next group. There's 6 guys in this group. We've got to help them get through. And the guys start to work hard on their blue flags and giving them good signals, and got them through those. But then straight away there's another 3. And there's another 4, and, you know, groups of 6s, and so right through the field there's depth of racing. You know, you have good fields, great racing. Doesn't matter where you watch, if you can't see, there's still a good race to watch, and that's the sign of a great championship, I think.
Yeah, one thing that I've really noticed this year, and it's been something that should have been done a long time ago, and you guys have got it going, is the live TV.
It has been great. Like, the you know, we've really got to thank Penrite in particular, of all the sponsors, but AMX as well. Like, they've been fantastic sponsors. Without them, it would not happen. It would not happen. You know, the teams and the teams and the sponsors were really keen for it to go to TV. We're able to get enough funding through those sponsors to back us in. You know, the Penrite crew are just amazing. The whole family's into, you know, they might make motor oils and stuff, but they love motocross. They're motocross family. And, you know, they've really given us the opportunity, and MA the opportunity to do that, partnering with SBS. You know, they've got over 700,000 views now, like, just at a live show, you know, a 3-hour show, you know. And on top of that, you've got the live streaming, you know, all day. You know, all the fans at home, you know, they get to see everything other than practice.
Yeah.
You know, and the show's been really professionally produced, you know, and they're always striving to make it better, and, you know, provide a really good product. And I think there's interesting interviews, and I don't get to watch it. Sometimes I get home and get to watch some stuff, but generally I just have to listen to what's going on. and hear what other people are saying. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And we've got great plans for next year to make it better again.
Yeah, that's the thing, I suppose. We finished here at Coolum.
We do.
You guys all go away back to MA head office.
I don't. I don't work for him, mate.
But they'll want your input though. They'll obviously debrief you guys and get it all together and get ready for next year, I suppose.
Yeah, well, we're already working on it, to be honest. You know, we actually been only talking today about different things that we might be doing and how things might work. You know, this year's only actually our first full year. A lot of people don't realise. Last year with COVID, we only had 3 rounds. So this is coming up to round 11. We've only had 10 rounds of championship with a crew that's completely green and had never run a championship before in most cases. Not many of us had that experience. I was fortunate enough with Williams Events Manager, and I was working with him, so I had a basic structure. But like these guys have got different dreams and aspirations, and they've got opportunities. So the industry's got behind MA and Pro MX, and the riders got behind it, and you know, we've got the ability to create something really special. Now we need the spectators to turn up and make some noise. They're letting us down a bit at the moment, John. Now we need some air horns and maybe some chainsaws.
Yeah, some chainsaws
without
with
the
pipes
chains, but we need some really good exhaust pipes on them. 65 exhaust chain, expansion chain, bolt on, awesome. So you know,
Not
like
that you'd know that.
But you know, it's sick. You know, like you go over to, you know, I've had the pleasure of doing 3 motocross GPs and going to Motocross of Nations and big events.
Yeah, the Euros go off with that sort of stuff.
It's just entertaining as. And so the crowd becomes a part of the show. Dress up in stupid clothes and cheer for your heroes, you know. Let's create them and make them what they are, and they'll race for you. They will race for you. So you need to show up.
So there you go, guys. Next year for Pro MX, rock up with your chainsaws with no bars and chains on them, expansion chambers on them, air horns, and make yourselves look
cowbells work good too. Remember Gibbsy here had sold a heap of cowbells? That was sick.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. So with this year, what was your main objectives of what you wanted to bring into it?
There's to be honest, it was like to get a championship away, which like we could provide a platform that made fair and safe racing. That's really what us as officials do, in an impartial manner, and assist like Matt Falvo and the guys from MA to create a championship and provide good racing with good officials that knew their jobs. So take that part out so they don't have that drama, and they can get on with creating a solid championship. So that was really the initial drive. They also gave us the opportunity, and it sort of started with my time with the Motocross Commission as well. So, but the ability to take officialdom, we'll call it, to a different level where people that hadn't had the opportunity in the pathways to get to a national level as an official could actually have an opportunity to participate in that. Okay, so I think that's been quite a success. You know, like it's really come on. The first year was really tough. A lot of green officials that hadn't come at this level. It's actually easier to run one of these than people think, but the expectations and the level of organisation that's required is off the charts compared to anything else.
Well, I know myself, this is the first, like I've been involved with the MX Nationals when Williams Entertainment was doing it at a club level. This is the first time I have been involved in it I'm an assistant clerk for John Gerke this weekend, and I've never done this before, and already I'm seeing my mind's just been blown. Like there's just so much stuff going on that you don't realise, and hence the reason for this video, that you just don't realise what's happening.
Yeah, so we've got a really good structure now, and a lot of what we've been doing is based on learning. So part of what we're trying to do so in the past we pretty much had our clerk of course would come along. Stu was appointed by MA. Clerk of course comes on, and then you have a few assistants, and that's our race management team. Same people every round. That system worked fantastic. We had guys that could do it. So now with MA, so to try and keep costs down, we introduced in every state that we go to, they send their own clerk of course, and we ask that clerk of course to go and find their assistants, and we'll help train those guys into our systems and procedures, and how we go around running it, and so they can take that back to their own state, their own clubs, their own regions, and they can start to do that. And probably one of the greatest things in all that was the ability to then get the national flagging protocols into place, and people actually consistently applying those rules. No matter where you are in Australia, you're going to run under the same rules as everywhere else in Australia. One rule for all, one procedure for all, and that gives us the opportunity to train you guys, and then it's all the other little things that we look at too, because our level of responsibility, we're looking after precious people, they're superstars, but we're also looking after the precious people that is a volunteer on that flag point, and trying to make him as safe as we possibly can too, and our starts run like clockwork, so everyone knows what's going on. And then the next goal was not only to train those people, but to train the riders, so they got a consistent product and they knew what they were going to deal with when they turn up. So everyone knows they're a part of the show, and then let's go and deliver the show. So that's the goal.
One thing I haven't shown you guys is I've been getting pieces of paper handed at me for the last 2 days. Track maps. Then there's a superseded track map, then there's the full upgraded track map, then there's the final track map which we got this afternoon, then there's we've got 2 A4 pages of spreadsheet of jobs that need to be done, everything down, it's that particular. This spreadsheet is right down to are the toilet cleaners organised to do it. That's how particular it gets. It's not, they're not even on the list. There is, okay, we need to fix this little section over here that's on the planner, but everything from the big stuff right down to the minuscule stuff. Have you got a backup plan? I noticed one this morning in our meeting this morning, because there's been meetings going all the time. One this morning was, okay, has the canteen got a backup plan for if you run out of food? It's just, everything is planned to the absolute minuscule thing.
Absolutely. Well, the thing is the size of the championship and the paddock for a start, and then the crowds are so large that it will stress the track to its busting point. So, basically what you're trying to do is mitigate risk all the time. And so there's nothing worse. You go to a track and then they run out of food at early in the morning, and I don't know about you, when I'm hungry I want to eat. And if you can't feed the crowd or supply them with water, there's no one likes to go to a dunny that's filthy.
No,
let's face it, none of us do. So it just blows me away to go in and people trash dunnies like they do for fun. Why do they do that? Because they don't want to go to one like that, but they're happy to do it too. But they do, and so you need to make sure that they're servicing our customers, because not all our customers are actually motocross people. They're just punters off the street that saw an ad on TV, and they want to come along, and if they end up with a cesspit, they'll never come back. That's the worst thing we can do for our sport. We want to bring people to our sport, not turn them away.
And that's
so
a big
that's
thing.
why we're so particular.
So on that schedule is all the jobs. Then also too was another schedule, everything is on a time schedule, and it's on a time schedule to basically within 10 seconds.
We're probably on a schedule close to 1 second.
1 second, it's pretty insane.
We literally run to the second.
Yeah.
If we lose the second, we start looking for it.
Yeah.
And see where we can claim it back. And that's actually the pressure of television.
Yeah.
Because this has been in Singapore. I've had to hold races up because SBS Singapore or Fox TV in New Zealand's not ready.
Yeah,
They got some ad running about some icy pole, and I really couldn't give a damn about the icy pole, but I got to fit in. We want them to see the start of the race, so we just start bending and twisting the program.
Yeah.
And that's just over and above the normal things that happen, like a crash or the start gates fail or something else happens.
Yeah.
So it's trying to cope with all those things.
Yeah,
as well.
and
massive.
Yeah, and you just said the start gate fails. We've got a van down there, fully equipped with welders, air compressors, generators, tools, everything, just in case something happens. And they've got spare parts. The spare parts down there are going to open their own spare parts department down there for start gates.
True that. And that's what we expect, because like we have had that. We've had failures in 3 rounds. Start gate failures. These guys hit those gates hard. They bust stuff that never busts, and they just bust it, bend it, crush it, whatever. Like these guys hit a throttle like no one that we see normally. He's a fast guy, he's a pro guy. I got 40 of them. Yeah. All doing the same thing. So the amount of inertia that goes into it breaks things, and you need to be able to fix them. They go off on their sight lap, and I've got a busted gate. Like I can't move in, I can't do anything. I've got to get that gate fixed, and then we've got 5 minutes because those gates are going down 5 minutes after the sighting lap starts on the dot. Yeah, they're going to drop. I have to make sure that happens. If I can't make it happen, we start moving the schedule, fitting it in, and make it happen. We just make it happen. Yeah. Anything you'd like to add to what we've spoken about? I think we have pretty much covered everything. Yeah. Look, probably. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes as well that people would not appreciate. So it doesn't start when we arrive. All these lists and maps that you talk about, they actually start because we've been talking to the club, 6 months out, 3 months out, 2 months out, 2 weeks out, 1 week out, 3 days out, and then we arrive, and then we're starting to go, signage changes everything. Now it looks pretty on TV, but where a flag point could see, they can't see anymore. Yeah. So you're modifying how to keep the show rolling and do that. So probably one of the best things has been travelling around the country. I'm really fortunate to do that. I'm really fortunate to have a wife that allows me to do that. It helps. Yeah, it really helps. Sometimes I know it annoys her, and I come home from work and then I just go straight to my office at home and I start working on motocross. It's like almost a half-time job, which you do for love. Yeah. And I do, and I think most of us officials in Australia, they all say, we really appreciate the volunteering that we do it for love, but we just need more volunteers to step up because it's getting harder and harder to get quality dudes and women, and then respect them as well. So I think that I've been so fortunate that the people. Really it started with our clerks. They know good people. They know people that work hard. And we get to the track. There's plenty of egos amongst us, but we're not chasing it. We're just having fun and having a great time. There's probably more laughs than you can believe. There's a lot of stuff goes on. Once we're finished, that stays. Yeah. The old what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas as well. So. And what happens in Coolum stays at the track. What happens at the pub will stay at the pub. Stay at the pub. That's more the stuff I'm talking about. That. So lots of funny stories and funny things, and sometimes the hardest events. When we finish racing, we sit back and you go, "We got away with that one," and then have a laugh about it. And then that's our chance to relax again and then start organising the next one. Get ready for the next round. So my next one now is I finish here and Supercross. Oh, okay, so you're doing Supercross as well? Well, we're still working with the promoters on that and putting structure together for them so that hopefully, and part of that is to create the continuity of structure to the riders themselves. And I've got a good crew now on board, and eventually I can, my plan is I can step back in the next year or so, and you're going to have another team of guys to come on and just keep the show rolling and let these promoters do their thing. The World Supercross is coming. How awesome is that going to be?
Yeah, that's going to be fully sick.
Yeah, and the night before, you know, then we got the Australian Supercross first round as well, and that's going to be off the charts as well. So like, really excited to be a part of that too. Now we've got a bit to go as far as our guys go, but you know, all the guys are on board. You know, like we want to be a part of that and help out do our bit to let AIM and Adam Bailey and Sando to do all their thing and make it an amazing show, and we'll do our bit to make sure it runs smoothly, and then see where that takes us. I've also, in between, I've got to finish the Australian Arena Cross series, which I've done 2 rounds on so far, so that's the next things for me. And then Christmas, and then we'll just have a little rest, and then we'll come back to Pro events.
Kick back again.
So
okay, thanks heaps for that, Mark. There's a lot of insight there. I can see this video that I'm making is going to turn into probably 3 videos, but that's going to be good. Just keep watching and see what happens, and we'll go from there. Thanks, Mark. I'll be having a beer with you later.
No worries.
And yeah, we'll go from there.
I hope you enjoy your day tomorrow.
It's going to be full on.
Sunday.
Sunday's going to be a big
Look forward
one.
to it. Hope to see you out here too. If you're not, you should be.
Yeah, that's it.